Prabhupada ke jai. Jam Vishwabad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Ashtotra Satashi Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Putareshthaya Devate Vikasa Swami. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 6, chapter entitled Purusha Shukta Confirmed. Shloka number 29. Tataha te bhrataraha ime prajanam pratayaha nava ayajan vyaktam avyaktam purusham susamahitaha tataste bhratara ime prajanam patayo nava ayajan vyaktam avyaktam purusham susamahitaha tataste bhratara ime prajanam patayo nava ayajan vyaktam avyaktam purusham susamahitaha. Tataste bhratara ime patayo nava Mataji's? Tataste bhratara ime. Word to word, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Word to word meaning. Tataha, thereafter. Te, your. Bhrataraha, brothers, ime, these, prajanam, of the living creatures, pratayah, masters, nava, 9, ayajan, performed, vyaktam, manifested, avyaktam, non-manifested, purusham, personalities, susamahitaha, with proper rituals. Translation. My dear son, thereafter your 9 brothers, who are the masters of living creatures, performed the sacrifice with proper rituals to satisfy both the manifested and non-manifested personalities. Purport. The manifested personalities are the demigods, like the ruler of the heavenly kingdom, Indra, and his associates, and the non-manifested personality is the Lord himself. The manifested personalities are, is it mundane or mundane? Mundane, okay. Mundane controllers of the material affairs, whereas the non-manifested personality of Godhead is transcendental, beyond the range of the material atmosphere. In this age of Kali, the manifested demigods are also not to be seen, for space travel has completely stopped. So both the powerful demigods and the Supreme Personality of Godhead are non-manifested to the covered eyes of the modern man. Modern man want to see everything with their eyes, although they are not sufficiently qualified. Consequently, they disbelieve in the existence of the demigods or of the Supreme God. They should see through the pages of authentic scriptures and should not simply believe their unqualified eyes. Even in these days, God can also be seen by qualified eyes tinged with the ointment of love of God. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapatakamelam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Shagrachatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadhvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Saganadita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swaminiti Namine Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Asadu Sadhu Tadayin Ati Nicho Chitakara Hanamunchita Kadachinma Premna Hritkantayos Pura Agati Kagatim Natva Hinartha Adikasadakam. So we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd canto, chapter 6. Chapter is Purusha Shukta confirmed, and shloka number 29. So, here Brahmaji has performed the sacrifice for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, and he is addressing how he has performed, and he got the ingredients from the Supreme Lord and he has offered them to the Supreme Lord, and he is explaining, not only me, even your 9 brothers who are the masters of the living creatures, who are the Prajapatis, they have also performed this sacrifice for the satisfaction of both manifested and non-manifested personalities. So here the chapter is Purusha Shukta. Sukta means well said or perfectly uttered, perfectly recited. Su Ukta. We recite every day in the Gurvashtakam. Shakshad dharitvena samasta shastrair uktas tatha bhav yataeva sadbhi. Uktas. So the word ukta and su. Uktas means said. Su uktas means perfectly uttered, recited, described. It's like that. So it's perfectly recited hymn for the glorification of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of Virat Rupa or Hiranyagarbha Purusha or Virat Purusha. Acharyas, Vaishnava Acharyas state that this Purusha Sukta confirmed the chapter. This chapter is the commentary of the Purusha Sukta explained in various places in the Vedas. It's there in Rig Veda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. It's there in Mahabharata. It's there in Bhagavatam. So Bhagavatam is the commentary of those in all the places. So it's the commentary of the Purusha Sukta. So it's a very, it requires, every day the Vedic Brahmanas, they chant this Purusha Sukta. There are Panchama Shukta, Pancha Shukta. There is Purusha Sukta first. There is Narayana Shukta. There is Shri Sukta. There is Bhu Shukta and there is Neela Shukta. So there are 5 Lakshmi Sukta, it's called as. So there are 5, this is called as Pancha Shukta. So Brahmanas recite all these 5 Shuktas. So, so sacrifice means, as yesterday we have read the purport, Prabhupada is giving a definition of sacrifice. Sacrifice suggests dedication of one's own interest for the satisfaction of the second person. So Prabhupada many times says, if that second person could be some other, why don't the second person could be Supreme Personality? If you have to serve somebody, why don't that somebody should be that Supreme Personality of Godhead? So Prabhupada is explaining the whole purport about why don't you sacrifice for the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Self-sacrifice. Even in the Abrahamic religion, Abraham had to sacrifice his own son. So it was very tough for him. So the self-sacrifice is there in the Vedic scriptures. So sacrificing ourselves for the mission, to fulfill the mission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here, so while chanting the Hotri or the Acharya, when he chants in the Yagya Kunda, when he chants the mantra, he says, Idam Vishnave, Idam Namama. Idam Narayanaya, Idam Namama. So for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, I am doing this yajna. I am pouring the ghee. I am putting all the elements. So here we saw that there are so many elements, offering elements offered. The flowers, leaves, straw, altar, everything. So Idam Narayanaya, Idam Mamama, Na Mamama. Na mama, it's not for me, it's for the pleasure of Narayana. Idam Anantaya, idam namama. Idam Vishnave, idam namam. Idam Krishnaya, idam namama. So the whole Homa Stotras go like that. So it's for the pleasure of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here Brahmaji is saying in this, stating in the shloka to Narad Muni that your 9 brothers. So who are those 9 brothers? Here is saying 9 brothers who are the masters of who are the 9 brothers? And here Narad Muni is included in that. My dear son means my dear. Yeah. Okay. In the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, it is stated all the 9 sons of Brahmaji. I don't know why 4 Kumaras is not there in that. I don't know. That's what. I was surprised. I have the question still now. I have written. Why 4 Kumaras is mentioned? Did they come afterwards? Or they come because Lord Shiva came afterwards? Because Lord Shiva is also son of Brahma. Of course, he is the first also considered. I don't know why it is not there, but in the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, if you are reading, I don't know the chapter, I don't remember, there is Marichi, there is Atri, Marichi, Atri, Pulasya, Pulaha, there is Kratu, Bhrugu, Vashishta, Daksha, and Narada. So these are the 10 sons of Brahmaji who were first manifested. And he is addressing your 9 brothers, that is, apart from Narad Muni, the others, they have also done this sacrifice. So it is very interesting that Brahmaji had nothing. He took everything from the Supreme Personality of Godhead and offered to the Supreme Person for the Supreme Personality of Godhead for the Supreme Personality, for the satisfaction of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It is like I don't know when many devotees wouldn't have gone to Ganga. Have anybody gone to Ganga? You Ved? Okay. If you go to Ganga, the Ganga puja is done taking the Ganga water and offered to the Ganga. Any holy river, Ganga, Yamuna, Gange, Yamuna, Chaiva, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri. Any river. So we take the Ganges and then offer. The same way Brahmaji is taking the ingredients from the Supreme Lord and offering it to the Supreme Lord again. So in the same way, we may prepare the whole class very nicely. Oh, we are giving but everything belongs to Prabhupada. So we take from Prabhupada and offer it to the Supreme Prabhupada, offer it to Prabhupada. So that is what? Idam Prabhupadasya. So every book which goes Swaha, every chanting what we do, everything is for the pleasure of Prabhupada and Acharyas and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. Idam Prabhupadasya idam namama. Is like that. Because what we know, we came fresh of Maya to Krishna consciousness. Maya. So, freshly baked Maya. Freshly baked out of Maya. So, Prabhupada has taught us. Somebody may think, India, people know about Krishna. We don't know anything about Krishna consciousness. Although Prabhupada mercifully said that in India, everybody is Krishna conscious. So, here, idam Narayanaya idam namama. We read Prabhupada's books and we explain through Prabhupada's books. So, idam Prabhupadasya idam namama. So here Prabhupada is writing in the purport, the manifested personalities are the demigods, like the ruler of the heavenly kingdom, Indra. Manifested personalities. Demigods are the manifested personalities. Indra means Indra Gochara. He can be seen. We are not able to see. He can be seen by other demigods and his associates. And the non-manifested personality is Lord Himself. So the manifest personalities are demigods, are controllers of the material affairs, whereas the non-manifested personality of Godhead is transcendental beyond the of the material atmosphere. Culture from the initial stage itself, or that consciousness are controllers, and there is supreme controller. There is supreme controller. There is Narayana, Krishna, and there are mundane controllers. Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu. God of rain. Is God of rain. Yes. And Chandra, he gives the juice within all the way. Juices or the taste comes from the growth comes because of the sun. Vayu, mundane controllers, although they work under the supreme controller Narayana. Manifested personality of God is transcendental, beyond the range of the material atmosphere. So the Vedic culture always trains us to see. Srila Prabhupada also said, when he was in his Scottish Church College, his who has seen we are doing an activity, or pious or whatever it is, who is so Prabhupada said that after reading Bhagavad Gita, he has, of course, Prabhupada is so is a supreme witness, and there are many other witnesses. Though there is a witness of like sun, moon, Vayu, Dasa Dikpalakas, that is the 10 directions, the personalities of and the presiding deities who are controlling our whole body, they are the witness. And the supreme witness is the Paramatma. So trained by the whole Purusha things. If you read the whole Purusha Sukta, it is all like that. They may say, the modern people, as Prabhupada is writing, in the travel has completely stopped. 5,000 Raj did this big, what is that? Ashwamedha Yajna. All the demigods came. Everybody could see them. Everybody means those who could see, they could see them. But now, because of the age of Kali, people cannot see them. So this now the trend is, now the whole thing is going to go to the moon. What is that? Chandrayaan. There is, what is that? Mangalyaan. It is all Amangalyaan. There is nothing like Mangala. Mangala means Shubha. There is nothing Shubha. Mangala Graha means Mars. They want to go to the Mars mission, Chandrayaan. Although these Chandrayaan going, they were trying to send this space shuttle to the moon. All the scientists went to Tirumala, and because Sriharikota is just near Tirumala. They went to Tirumala and took darshan of the Balaji and took blessings of Balaji to go to the moon. But those pujaris or archakas, they didn't tell them that you can't go to the moon. Prabhupada in 1965 revolutionized by telling, although Prabhupada was the only person in the whole world at that time, one step to the man and one step to the mankind. What does it say? One step for man, one great leap for the mankind. So Prabhupada saying this is bogus. You can't. The Prabhupada many times he said that they didn't go to the moon directly. And Prabhupada said, if they would have gone to the moon, the demigods or the heavenly residents over there, they will kick them. They would have landed to a dark planet called Rahu. Our devotees are telling, oh, very nice, very nice. Our devotees of Krishna consciousness movement, they are saying, oh, very nice, you should support them. I don't know why they say like that. They say, in Indian scientists, as Maharaj says many times, they have, they switch off the right brain and then go to the Balaji and they switch on their right brain and they do Chandrayaan. So they are atheists, actually, whole scientific theories, everything, they go towards atheism. But how they went to Tirumala and then took darshan and then take blessings of the Lord, that is only Indians can do. Coming from the Western world. Even Brahmaji, down to the everybody in this material world, is having 4 defects. So he cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He cannot understand because Supreme Personality of Godhead is called as Adhokshaja. Adhakrita akshaja jnanam iti adhokshaja. Adhakrita. Adhakrita means cut. Material knowledge fails. Adhakrita akshaja jnanam. By your dint of this fleshy eyes, these eyes, akshaja, direct perception, you cannot understand. The jnanam, knowledge, cannot be revealed. So because he is beyond our ava manasa gocharam, this is from Patanjali Sutra, Prabhupada many times quotes in his lectures, ava manasa gocharam, panthastu koti shatavatsara sampragamyo vayorathapi manaso munupungavanam sopyasta Sopyasti yat prabhatasim vichintya tattvai govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. The yogis, till now the scientists have not, Prabhupada many times he said, the scientists have not understood how to travel in the speed of mind. Very fast. So Panta, even though one travels in the speed of mind, now I am here sitting, I remember, first time when I came to devotees accepted me here. When I was there in the first Mangalarti, I remember the whole, every day, where and all, I used to spend Mangalarti. When Maharaj used to be there, Guru Maharaj used to be, when His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj was there, I used to think, where and all we attended Mangalarti. Where there in Salem, in Hyderabad, in Mayapur, so many places. That's all. Minds may go. But even though mind is traveling we are traveling at a speed of mind, the yogis may travel at the speed of mind, they can't reach even the Om Tad Vishnu, even they can't reach the transcendental, what is that, Nakha, or the nail of the Lord. He can't reach even the rays. Om Tad Vishnu Paramam Padam Sada Pashyanti Surayoho Diviva Chakshuratatam Tad Vipraso Vipanivo Jagritam Samindate Vishnor Yat Paramam Padam. This is the shloka which the Brahmanas chant. They say this, all the demigods, they see the Vishnu Paramam Padam. They cannot see here. So, Lord Supreme Personality of Godhead is Adokshaja. He is beyond material. Ava Manasa Gochara. Atha Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahiyam indriyahi. He cannot be grahiya. He cannot be caught. Grahiyam indriyahi. Oh, I want to catch Krishna. But Prabhupada said, you can catch Krishna. We will explain how Prabhupada is explaining. Atha Shri Krishna, you cannot force Krishna. Prabhupada many times, you cannot force Krishna. You cannot demand. When you come to the Guru, he is not like a pair of socks. Maharaj gave one lecture. Guru is not like a pair of socks you can choose. Oh, I don't like these socks. I like these socks. So it's not like a pair of socks. You wear it and throw it here and there. One sock is lying here, one sock is lying somewhere else. So he's not like that. So Atha Shri Krishna Namadi na bhaved grahiyam indriyahi sevon mukehi jivado. But it's very simple. By chanting his holy name, by taking his remnants, we can conquer the jititopi apitais trilokyam. One who cannot be conquered, one who cannot be understood, one who cannot, ava manasagochar, one who cannot be, he can be captured. So whole purpose is, whole Krishna consciousness movement, whole Prabhupada's mission is to make the conditioned soul to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. That is the goal. I was trying to, there is one, Prabhupada's, I was very much moved by that. It is in 1969. Prabhupada arrived in London. I just want to make devotees hear that particular clip before just continuing. So in this clip, Prabhupada is telling what is the goal of Krishna God, why he came, why he came to the Western world, what is he teaching. So just small clip, just 1 minute. I think, where is that? You're here? What do you trying to teach?
Some of you are saying there is no God. Some of you are saying God is dead. And some of you are saying God is impersonal or God. These are all nonsense. I want to teach all this nonsense that there is God. That is my mission.
It's full volume.
Any nonsense can come to me, I shall prove that there is God. That is my mission. That's the concept. It is a challenge to the existence. There is God. As we are sitting here face to face, we can see God face to face. If you are Christian, if you are serious, that is possible. Unfortunately, we are trying for their God, that's why we are embracing so many images of life. So I am simply thinking that you Have Krishna consciousness and be happy. Don't be swayed out by this nonsense, waves of Maya and illusion. That is my.
Okay. So Prabhupada's goal is to make us see Lord face to face, but it is not so easy. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritah mudhoyam na bijanati mamebhya paramavyayam. That's it. That is the shloka. Lokamam ajam avyayam. Yeah. Mamebhya paramavyayam or lokamam ajam avyayam. So he is ajam and avyayam. It's very difficult to understand. Even the devotee may pray, Hiranmayena Patrena Satya, Naham Prakasha Saraswati. So Supreme Lord is covered by the Yogamaya curtain. So unless Yogamaya curtain and we are covered by Mahamaya curtain. Lord is covered by Yogamaya curtain and we are covered by Mahamaya curtain. So it is very difficult to cross that Mahamaya curtain and then even if they see God, even if God is shown, it's like Duryodhana. What did Duryodhana say? Oh, he showed it is Krishna's Maya, it is magic. You see, Krishna showed the universal form to Duryodhana and Duryodhana says it's magic. Krishna showed universal form to Dhritarashtra. He could see and he didn't change his heart. Whereas Arjuna didn't want to see the Virat Rupa. Arjuna said, oh, it is too, it is, no, I am frightened. I don't want to see this. But Krishna showed because in future, Prabhupada writes, in future somebody may claim to be God. Prabhupada many times he says that if somebody says he is God, then tell him to show the universal form. No, come to my address, 1776 Sylvan Road, I will show you. No, show now. Why you want to show sometime? Prabhupada many times he said, many people used to come and say, Sai Baba is saying, at that time Sai Baba and Rajneesh and this Meher Baba were famous. Meher Baba said, I was Rama, I was Krishna, now I am now Avatar Meher Baba. And Prabhupada said, this rascal didn't know that he is going to die in a car accident. He died in a car accident. Meher Baba, so-called Avatar. So the point is, and Rajneesh, he died out of syphilis, what is that? STD, sexually transmitted disease. So the point is that these people may say, Prabhupada used to challenge. So these people used to come and say to Prabhupada is saying that he is God, Sai Baba is God. Prabhupada says immediately, tell him to show the universal form. Arjuna asked Krishna to show him universal form. Prabhupada said, you see, the universal form. But Arjuna, after he didn't want to see the universal form, or it was so kalos, it is so bhayanaka. Then Krishna showed what form? Which form he showed next? What is that form called? Narayan form, that is called a Chaturbhuja form. It is called, as Prabhupada writes, as Saumya Rupa. It is, first is Virat Rupa, and then Saumya Rupa, and then Dvibhuja Murlidhar Shyam Sundar Rupa. So that is Dvibhuja Rupa. So that is actually Krishna, Arjuna need not see, because he is already seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. Why Krishna has to give him some Divya Chakshu? I have to. So it is for the future people who claim to be God. So this is one of the aspects of preaching Krishna consciousness, that we need to tell to the modern people that space travel, this is, as Prabhupada is writing, this is very much pending. Prabhupada established Bhaktivedanta Institute to condemn all these modern things. Darwinism, Prabhupada said Darwin is a rascal. What is his theory? The more we debunk Darwin's theory, the more we progress in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada said, this very quote is there. We used to tell to people, at least I used to tell to people, the devotees and all. Devotees were surprised. Oh, why are you saying these heavy words and all? That means you require some heaviness from us. So this is very much pending. Darwin's theory, man went to the moon, space exploration, this Vedic, the Mars, all these planets, the zodiacs, the waxing and waning of the moon, so much. The whole cosmology is still pending. So modern people are influenced, as Prabhupada writes in the next lines, that modern men want to see everything with their eyes, although they are not sufficiently qualified. So modern men want to see everything with their eyes because they are influenced by the impious material scientists. So there is nothing wrong in seeing the disbelief in the existence of demigods or of the supreme God, because they don't four defects. Although they may say we are having defects, but they don't understand that there is achintya shakti, there is inconceivable potency of the Lord acting. What are the four defects? Brahm, pramada, vipralipsa, karna patava. That means Brahm means always committing mistake, pramada, illusioned, vipralipsa, cheating propensity, and imperfect senses. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, why? Because even as practicing devotees, it's very difficult to comprehend all these things, the whole complexities of how the creation took place. What to speak of the Supreme Lord is Shyama Sundara, who is having a form of Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha. Because we don't have experience of Sat Chit Ananda. Sat means the truth. Chit means conscious, or Chit means what? Consciousness. Cognizance, actually, cognizance. And Ananda, full of bliss, is because the whole material, whatever we see, whatever we hear, whatever we experience is Asat, Achit and Nirananda. It is all temporary. So that's why when we are being told of some supreme, there is Supreme Personality of God who is having Vigraha, who is having Satchidananda Vigraha, who is having Asat, who is having Sat Chit Ananda Vigraha, Ananda Chinmaya Rasujjala Vigrahasya. He is Shyama Sundara, he is blackish, and we think of some material blackish. That's why Prabhupada has to say it's not like the material blackness, blackish, whatever we say. So there are descriptions. That's why Prabhupada writes here, they should see through the pages of the authentic scriptures and should not simply believe their unqualified eyes. So the Shastra states how the Supreme Personality of Godhead looks. There are descriptions. Venum Kwanantam Aravinda Dalayathaaksham Barhavatam Samasitam Buddhasundarangam Kandarpa Koti Kamaniya Visheshasho. He plays the flute, he tends the cows, he's having like a rain cloud, his whole body. He wears Barha Pidam Natavara Papu Karnayo Karnikaram Bibrat Vasa Kanaka Kapisham Vaijayantim Chamalam Randram Venur Adhara Sudaya Purayan Gopa Vrindair Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishat Gita Kirtihi. This is the whole description Sukadeva Goswami is seeing. He's seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The gopis are seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So how to understand? Prabhupada, even in these days, Prabhupada is even in these days, God can be seen by qualified eyes tinged with the ointment of love of Godhead. We know the shloka. We know what is the shloka? Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santas sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti yam shyama sundaram achintya gunaswarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. This is stated in the Shastras, how God looks, how to see Shyama Sundara. Premanjana churita, not by the mundane eyes. The whole purport given by Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur, it's very interesting to read. Although we don't have much time to explain it, but I wanted to read the purport of this Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochananda Shloka, the fifth chapter of Brahma Samhita and 38 shloka. The Shyamasundara form of Krishna is inconceivable, simultaneous, personal, impersonal, self-contradictory form. True devotees see that form in their purified hearts under the influence of devotional trance. How do they see? They see through the devotional trance, through the purified hearts. The form Shyama is not the blue color visible in the mundane world, but is the transcendental variegated color affording eternal bliss and is not visible to the mortal eye. On a consideration of the trance of Vyasadeva as in the shloka, Bhakti Yogena Manasi, the Vyasadeva saw Bhakti Yogena Manasi Samyak Praniti Male Apashyam Purusham Purnam. What is the next last one? Maya Chadapashrayam. So Vyasadeva could see Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, and Maya, both, and the energies of the Lord. Everything, internal potency, external potency, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He could see. Praneti Amale, from by the purified senses, he could see. And it is clear that the form of Sri Krishna is the full of personality of Godhead and can only be visible in the heart of a true devotee, which is the only true seat in the state of trance under the influence of devotion. So when Krishna manifested himself in Vraja, both the devotees and non-devotees saw him with this very eye, but only the devotees cherished him, eternally present in Vraja as the priceless jewel of their heart. So the non-devotees also could see, but never they could understand that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The devotees were always thinking about the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Vrajavasis. So nowadays also the devotees see him in Vraja in their hearts, saturated with devotion, although they do not see him with their eyes. The eye of devotion is nothing but the eye of the pure, unalloyed, supreme self of the Jiva. It's very difficult to understand. So what is Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur telling? The form of Krishna is visible to that eye in proportion to its purification by the practice of devotion. So he continues to say, when the devotion of the neophyte reaches the stage of Bhava Bhakti, the pure eye of the devotee is tinged with the salve of love by the grace of Krishna, which enables him to see Krishna face to face. So, here further he says, the phrase in their hearts means Krishna is visible in proportion as their hearts are purified by the practice of devotion. The sum and substance of this shloka is that the form of Krishna, who is Shyama Sundara, Natavara, that is best dancer, Muralidhara, holder of flute, and Tribhanga, triple bending, is not mental concoction, but is transcendental and visible with the eye of the soul of the devotee under trance. So now the Shyama Sundara form as is described in the Shastra, but how the devotee sees. So he sees. There is Shastric description, because many people they utter Purusha Sukta, Shri Sukta, Narayana Sukta, even Brahma Samhita. Many people may utter, even they read the shlokas of many Puranas, Itihas, many things where description of Krishna is there, but never in their life they think that Krishna is supreme person. Never in their life, although every time they conclude that Krishna is impersonal. Or they don't know what is that. One person I met, that he says that the topmost is Krishna. The impersonal topmost is Krishna, he says. The impersonal form, when he comes in this material world, is topmost is Krishna. So people have all sorts of concocted ideas. If you go for book distribution in India, you will hear all sorts of this nonsense. But what they try to see is with Shastra and with tinged with bhakti. That's what Jiva Goswami says as actually Pratyaksha is actually among all the pramanas, that the Pratyaksha pramana is defeated because it's filled with illusion, defects, cheating propensity, and what is that? Mistakes. But what Jiva Goswami says in Tattva Sandarbha is that he says there is another Pratyaksha, there is Divya Pratyaksha. This is called as Vaidusha Pratyaksha or Vidyut Pratyaksha, where he writes that pure devotees who have direct perception of the Lord, his abode through spiritual trance, all have spiritual senses and have transcended the four defects. So even Brahmaji, I was just seeing the shlokas further. So Brahmaji says, this is Divya Pratyaksha. He says that, O Narada, because I have caught hold of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead Hari with great zeal, whatever I say has never proved to have been false, nor is the progress of my mind ever deterred, nor are my senses ever deterred by temporary attachment to matter. This is what is. And Jiva Goswami further quotes to explain how in various places in the scriptures this Divya Pratyaksha is there. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9 of the second shloka, Pratyaksham avagamam dharmam. You can pull it over. Pratyaksha avagamam dharmam. Can you pull it over? 9th chapter, 2nd verse, where in the purport Prabhupada explains Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter. So Prabhupada says that this knowledge leads to the direct realization of transcendence by experience. Pratyaksham. It's taking time. Anyhow. Okay. So you can go down. In the purport at one place, 9th chapter, yes. I'll can also. Here Prabhupada says, yes. Where is that? Yes. It is said that the execution of devotional service, you can go down. Yes. No. For those engaged, the next paragraph. It is said that the execution of devotional service, I don't know where, the last, no, there's big purport. It is, I don't know, maybe 3rd or 4th. Apraraddha phalam papam, there is a verse, and then the next. Go down. You go down slowly. Yes, it is said that the execution of devotional service is so perfect that one can perceive the results directly. This direct result is actually perceived, and we have practical experience that any person who is chanting the holy name of Lord Krishna, holy names of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, in the course of chanting without offenses, feels some transcendental pleasure and very quickly becomes purified of all material contamination. This is actually seen. And at the end, Prabhupada says, the method itself is so pure that by simply engaging in it, one becomes pure. So by purified senses, one can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And even in Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna describes about the Samadhi in 6th chapter, he says, Sukham atyantikam yatyat buddhigrayam atindriyam. And he says, this joy, the person who is situated in the Samadhi stage, he doesn't deter from that joy stage. And the next shloka in the 21 or 23rd, I think, but 22nd shloka. Yam ladhva chaparam labham manyate nadikam tataha yasmin sthito na gurunapi dukkhena vichalyati. This is the very important shloka. Yam ladhva, one who attains this sukham maintrikam yatyat buddhigrayam atindriyam, when one attains that, yam ladhva chaparam labham manyate nadikam, he doesn't want more than that. Many times we say, why Prabhujii, I am not able to progress in Krishna consciousness. So that doesn't come in the mind of a pure devotees. Because if Prabhupada, even though many times Prabhupada he says, oh, I have to establish Krishna consciousness. Many times we say Prabhupada gets disturbed. This is all transcendental disturbance. This is all, we should not take it as, oh, Prabhupada is so ambitious. And all. This is all transcendental ambition and all these things. Even though Prabhupada wouldn't have established International Society for Krishna consciousness all over the world, Prabhupada still is a pure devotee. He will not disturb. But because in order to, of course, he has to explain what is meant by surrender to Guru, what is meant by fulfilling the desire of the spiritual master, fulfilling the desire of the acharyas, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How the fulfill all the providence can go wrong. So these are all things Prabhupada is explaining. But still, he is a pure devotee. Pure devotees never get disturbed. So we get disturbed. Oh, why I am not able to progress in Krishna consciousness? Oh, 2 days I went for book distribution. 3rd day I told I want to book my tickets to India. I was so disturbed. Oh, Because we expect puja, labha, pratishta. Oh, look, no, in India we are distributing books. No, no, America also. Wow, I've got very nice. So we want that. We take pleasure in people glorifying us. We give that sukarera vishta, that is called, Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur says, the stool of a hog. Hog eats stool and it passes stool. And that stool somebody applies on the whole body, it is like that. One devotee told it is like Pratishta is like the hot boiled potato. You can't catch it. You can't hold it. It's so hot, boiled potato. So it is very difficult. It will take time. So it will take time. But we should have full faith on the words of the acharyas. Yesterday, Bhakta Nick was asking how to understand the prasada and mantra is the same. Maharaj is telling the prasada and mantra, we can experience the same bliss. How to understand? How to understand that? I'm not able to understand. I'm eating prasad, I'm not able to understand. But Hare Krishna mantra, I'm not able to understand. It will take time. There's so many problems. Yamladva chaparam lava manyate nadikam tata. So we have not yet started. We are like the children. Today I was thinking, we are like the children who are being given, children or the kids sometimes are given this mala, this mala. You chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, very nice. Father feels very happy seeing the kid chanting the broken words, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, my son is chanting. It's like that. The Prabhupada, our guru, spiritual master, is saying all these people are dancing. It's like the children dancing. It's the kids dancing. And the father is very happy. Father is very happy seeing the steps. Okay, the first steps the baby takes. Father is so blissful. They're so happy. Like that, we are having the baby step. No, we have not started it. We're in the womb. We don't know where we are. Maharaj asked me, how you are feeling in United States? Is everything going? I said, Maharaj, still I am in the womb of, I don't know where I am. I'm still yet to learn so many things. These devotees are somewhere. I have to still to reach to them. It's very difficult. Yeah, it's difficult. It will take time. So you see, they have learned. So it's not so easy. But Prabhupada made it seem like, it seems that it's easy to conquer over lust. It's what, that is what is the memories many devotees said. When Prabhupada used to be there, Prabhupada disciples, many devotees explain that it was as if very easy to conquer lust. Prabhupada was there and Prabhupada, it's very easy to conquer lust. But when Prabhupada was pratyaksham, he was not there, you could see what and all havoc has happened in Krishna consciousness. Because of that, we had to lose so many devotees. Puja, labha, pratishta, kama, krodha, lobha, modha, moha, mada, matsarya, lust, anger, greed, pride, illusion. These all things covered the real reality. Avritam jnanamedena jnanino nityavairina. So avritam, real knowledge is covered. So it is not mundane, it is not mental concoction. And it is not cheap thing. It is not cheap thing. Oh, I want to just realize now so that what we want to do. As Prabhupada said, Krishna can give the whole world in 18 days. Are you ready? Are you ready in 18 days if Krishna gives you? So, but Pandavas could rule the world and they never thought, oh, we are the rulers. We are not cooking. Just like we show the arti. Before Prabhupada said, moving the circles. It is just circles. It's just, anybody can move. Anybody can move. What is there? Just to move the circles. But we show the arti to our spiritual master. It's saying that I am not doing the arti. You are doing that. On behalf of you, I am doing. Idam Narayana, idam Mama. I am not doing. So this arti we are showing to the Supreme Godhead. In many places in Bhagavatam also this Divya Pratyaksha or to seeing with devotion through the Shastras is mentioned. Tat Shaddadana Munayo Jnana Vairagya Yuktaya Pashyant Atmani Chatmanam Bhaktya Shruta Grahitaya. Bhakti with Shruta Grahita. That means there is devotion and which is called as Vedanta Shruti. Prabhupada writes that. And it is another place, Tat Shraddhadana Munayo, the Shraddha. Jnana Vairagya. By Shraddha, Jnana and Vairagyakam. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam. By Bhakti, the Bhakti Vairagya and Bhakti Jnana will come. So it is said the Bhakti Shakti is having two sons. In Narada Pancharatra, it is said that Bhakti Devi was saying that how I can go to the Western world. How I can go to the Western world. Then the prediction is there. Okay, now the bhakti is going to, the jnana and vairagya are going to the Western world. So the prophecy is that at the 10,000 years of the Swarna Yuga will be formed, wherein the jnana and vairagya will become famous in the Western world. So, even in Bhagavatam, actually I wanted to read the whole purport of Shrunvata Shraddhaya Nityam Grinatastha Swacheshtitam Kalena Atidirghena Bhagavan Vishate Hridi. Bhagavan Vishate Hridi. The full purport is about how to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Can you, actually there is no time, but you can pull over that slogan. It is second chapter, second canto, 8th chapter, 4th verse. Shrunvata Shraddhaya Nityam Ghanatasya Swatishtitam Kalena Atidirghena Bhagavan Vishate Hridi. Yeah, purport. Purport is taking time. And we don't have time. Yes. 284. Persons who hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly and always taking the matter very seriously will have the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna manifested in their hearts within a short time. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita? The same, Vishate Hidi. What Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita? Same, Vishate. That's what Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita. What is the shloka? Vishate, there is word. Bhaktya mam avijanati yavan yashyasmi tatvata tato mam tatvato jnatva vishate tad anantaram. This Vishate is there. So, Vishate, Prabhupada says, Bhaktya mam avijanati. Yogam, not Jnanamam avijanati, not Yogamam avijanati, not Karma Yogamam avijanati. He says, Bhaktya mam avijanati. Cheap devotees or materialistic devotees of the Lord are very much desirous to see the Lord personally without meeting the requisite qualifications. Such third-grade devotees should know well that material attachment and seeing the Lord face to face cannot go together. This purport is very much, intriguing. It's very much like every time we should read, we want to do Krishna consciousness, progress in Krishna consciousness. So it is not such a mechanical process that the professional Bhagavatam reciters can do the job on behalf of the third grade materialistic pseudo devotee. And at one place Prabhupada writes, Maharaj Parikshit had no more than 7 days to live, but for others, Maharaj Parikshit personally recommends one hear Srimad Bhagavatam regularly, Nityam, always by one's effort and with serious devotion also. That will help one to see the Lord Sri Krishna manifested in one's heart within no time. So this is the conviction. Although we may not see the Lord, although we are sitting here, we don't have knowledge so much, but we should have conviction that Prabhupada says, that's his right. Prabhupada doesn't just like that say something. One devotee was caught in the class by saying that Prabhupada just like that he says something. We should analyze now how it is. The 9 sons or the 10 sons, 9 sons who were doing, this is one of the teachings here we get here is that 9 sons didn't do analyze now. Oh, Brahmaji, you are filled with 4 defects, you don't know what to do. Now we will analyze what to do. No, they followed the parampara. This is what is parampara, bhalo, jalo, mati. The whole thing can be spoken in that line also. How to follow the parampara and how the parampara breaks. The 4.2, evam parampara praptamyam rajarsho vidhu. How the sakalene mahata yogo nashta, how parampara breaks. Somebody, something, some fellow in the parampara will tell something, act something, do something in such a way people's faith will get disturbed. So the whole thing is how to get connected to the parampara so that we can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. So otherwise it may go on as a devotional service, but it's not devotional service. Because although devotional service goes on, but Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatriki Vidhim Vina Aikantiki Harer Bhakti Utpata Eva Kalpate. Here, the word bhakti is mentioned, but in a derogatory manner. Oh, it is bhakti, but it is not bhakti. Shruti, Smriti, Puranadi, Pancharatri ki vina. Shruti, whether it is through Shruti, Smriti, without Shastrik, Shruti, Smriti, Purana, without Pramana from Shastra, Smriti, Purnadi, Pancharatri Vidhi, even the so-called worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, or Vishnu, or Rama, is utpat, brings disturbance to the whole society. So, among the four angas, so now the question comes, how to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead? We can't see on our own eyes. The Guru gives the eyes. Om Agyana Timirandasya Jnananjana Salakya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guru Nama. So the Guru gives the eyes to see the Lord. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptamena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tatpadam Darshitam. Guru tells you, see. Just like that day, the day when Pankajangri Prabhu, no, Jananivas Prabhu came, he was saying that Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur or Bhaktivinoda Thakur was saying, Athapi je Leela kore gorarai, kono kono bhagyavane dekhi bare pai. Till now in Mayapur, Adapite, like the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Sankirtan Leela. When I heard this, when I was there initially in Krishna consciousness, I heard this shloka. When I went first time to Mayapur, at night, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, I woke up and I wanted to hear, where is that Kirtan going on? What to see, oh, what is that? But, Athapi je, kono kono bhagyavane dekhi bare pai. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said to his son, do you see? And he called his servant, do you see? Servant is unable to see. So, kono kono bhagyavane dekhi bare pai. So now our duty is to see the Sankirtan Yajna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela going on the road. That's why Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur's revolutionary statements among many is that Kurukshetra is more higher than Vrindavan. Kurukshetra is where the Ranabhumi. That's why we can take it as the road is more, the roads of Atlanta are more higher than the Krishna Life Temple and Monastery. We can take it for that matter. So, why? Because there Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Leela is going on in the form of Sankirtan, in the form of transcendental book distribution. Srila Prabhupada transcendental book distribution ki jai. One rascal called, I should say on his name or not, I don't know. He said that now we are feeding so many billions and millions of people. Akshay Patra. I am seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sankirtan going on here. What nonsense is this? No. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Sankirtan is going on in book distribution, through the devotees of the Lord. So there are so many things can be told. So Guru shows us, Ado Guru Padashrim. There are many angas of Bhakti, 64 angas, in which the first 4 and the last 5 are very important. The first 4 are the Ado Guru Padashrayam, Krishna Sikshanu Dikshanam, then Vishrambena Guru Seva, Sadhu Marganu Gamanam. So these are the first 4 angas. So Guru Padashrayam, taking shelter of the Guru, then Guru Sikshanu Dikshanam, take instructions, and then Diksha, initiation, Vishrambena Guru Seva, serving the Lord, serving the spiritual master, and following in his footsteps. And then by his mercy, one day definitely we will see the Supreme Lord face to face. Because we have so many anarthas, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained, so many things can be explained. So now how the anarthas can be removed, so many entire discussion as to how anarthas can be removed, because of why these anarthas are there, so much is there. So now time is up, so I will stop here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One question. Yeah.
So you had quoted a verse which began with the word. You said he also has 4 defects. I couldn't completely to be able to refer to it.
Yeah,
I wanted
Prabhupada
to-
writes in one purport that, what is that purport? I forgot.
And I'm not referring to Abrahma Bhuvana Loka. This
Paryantam sarvam maya.
where is this
This
verse
is
from?
Kevalashtakam. It goes like this. There is, this is,
This is Adi Shankara's Kevalashtaka.
I don't
Who
know.
wrote Oh,
I
no.
don't know.
I
It's there.
think
I don't know who.
Kevalashtaka.
It is one of the acharyas have written. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
yeah. I've heard of Kevalashtaka. Okay.
it is Madhuram Madhure Bhyopi. It is like that. Madhuram Madhure Bhyopi. Pavanam Pavane Bhyopi. Satyam Satyam Punah Satyam Harer Nama Eva Keva. It's actually Harer Nama Eva Keva.
Hare Rama, Hare
Keval.
Kevalam.
So
Okay, that's
this
different,
shloka
it's
goes
not
like
Shankara.
this: like, Abrahma Stamba Paryantam Sarvam Maya Mayam Jagat Satyam Satyam Punah Satyam Harer Nama Eva Kevalam. This is the shloka.
What is the meaning of that?
This Abrahma Stambam Paryatam Sarva from Brahma to everybody is in Maya. Sarvam Maya Mayam Jagat. So to know the Satyam, the holy name is the only way. The simple. I don't know who is written. I never checked because
Yeah.
these shlokas were I by heart.
Hmm.
Yeah. Again, Nick is asking the question. Yes. 4 defects. Switch on. We are having imperfect senses. We have to switch on the mic.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, you mentioned the 4 defects. I remember, I think it was the teachings of Queen Kunti, and Prabhupada said that all of the 4 defects come because of imperfect senses. I just wanted our senses, then
Technological imperfection.
all the other 3 defects can become like purified or remedied. Is
Yeah,
that true?
maybe.
I'm just trying to
Yes.
fully understand.
It is because of ego. Actually, ahankar is the one. What is that? Krishna bhuliya jeev, bhogavancha kare, pashete maya tare, jhapatiya dhare. Pashete. Just Maya is just near. Pashete maya tare, jhapatiya dhare. So when Krishna, we forget Krishna, you mean to say the 4 defects come from imperfect?
Imperfect senses.
Yeah, it comes from there.
Yeah, all
Imperfect
of them
senses.
come from
And
imperfect senses, yeah.
imperfect senses, because senses are imperfect, they are under illusion. And because we are in illusion, we commit mistake. And because we are mistake, in order to cover up that, we cheat. So we can go like that. We can explain many, many ways. Yeah, that is one angle of seeing. Yeah, that is true. Because we are having imperfect senses, we are under illusion, and because of illusion, we commit mistakes. And in order to cover up that mistake, we tell all sorts of falsities. So that is what we cheat. Yes, that's true. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You were talking about how from the very beginning,
You can come just a little bit. I want to see your face.
how Prabhupada from the very beginning about the moon landing was just like flat out, like it's completely bogus.
Yes.
And how for the time it was kind of revolutionary to think like that. And
Yes.
I remember hearing, I don't know if it's true or not, but when they were first transcribing Prabhupada's books,
Yeah, they
he
shaved
was-
it out.
yeah, he was like saying all these things about how man can't go to the moon, and then the person that was transcribing it actually couldn't believe that Prabhupada was
Yeah.
saying that, so he left it out of the books entirely.
What happened? There is an anecdote for that. What happened is, Prabhupada wrote this Easy Journey to Other Planet. We were reading Prabhupada when he was during massage. I was shocked to hear that there is some statement is missing in that. Prabhupada was shocked. How is that? No, it is not. There is something is missing. And then they found out really he shaved it out. So there is one devotee during the time when Prabhupada was, this whole moon landing expedition, everything was going on. There is one devotee by name Purushottam, I think Prabhupada, he was serving Prabhupada personally. He heard Prabhupada telling all these things, but he was not accepting what Prabhupada is saying. He was always saying, he showed Prabhupada in the TV. It was broadcasted. He showed Prabhupada in the TV. And Prabhupada, seeing in the TV, said, no, they didn't go to the moon. Of course, afterwards, there was Area 51, this, that, and all. They shooted there, they made a big thing. And now they are telling, this is shadow is there, shadow is 2 inches down. There is a crater, there is no crater. What is a crater? The flag, movement of the flag. There is, when the space shuttle, it comes down, there is a crater forms, or there is no dust. It is the boots are very clear. There is no dust over there. What is this? This is all something, and now he is doing so much of it. Prabhupada, without any research, he told this is bogus. This is bogus. Prabhupada says bogus. And one more thing, Prabhupada said, gave very simple example. Prabhupada said, if you want to go to America, US, will you let the other people come to United States without visa, without passport? No. How you expect the demigods who are staying in the heavenly planets, who live 10,000 years, they drink soma rasa and they are enjoying heavenly life much, much greater than, how can you expect they will allow you over there with this mechanical machine made from your imperfect senses and illusion, which is mistakes and all? How do you expect that? So it's like that, many, many places. But unfortunately, we are not able to preach this. I don't know what is happening. Devotees, now it is the time to distribute Life Comes From Life, Easy Journey to Other Planets, Bhagavatam 5th Canto, Bhagavatam, everything. It's a time to distribute in India. In India, people should go to these ISRO scientists or whoever, Tom, Dick, Harry, it might be, to go and tell, no, it is not possible. It's a child. Prabhupada said it's childish. It is childish play. One person, I remember when we were distributing this Life Comes From Life in one college, he didn't do anything, just took the Life Comes From Life things and he said, moon expedition or this expedition, space exploration is childish. Prabhupada writes. And he read, that student was sitting in the bench like this, and I was distributing books, and I was in the class. I was explaining the books. And he said, how your Swamiji is writing space exploration is childish. You got it. You take the book and read the whole thing. So it's childish. But somehow we are not able to explain. Of course, we are distributing books to the pious people and some people who are favorable, but these people who are actually designing the world, making the people to think, creating the world order. We have to create the new world order. As Prajavilas, new world order is that they didn't go to the moon. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Matajis, have anything to say? Thank you. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak some few words. Hare Krishna. Vancha